Yo. What is up? AP95. Cast Jim. Ape. Cartel. Massive Zen. Wesley, what is up, man? Tickles. Don. Song Lee. Alto. Max. What is up, man? Paris. Hank Tight. Trader in the Trees. Professor. Derek. Liana. Yo, let's rally with the family, baby. Let's rally with the family. All right, let's zoom out. AMC is reversing, man. AMC plus Ape is up 7% for the day. This is AMC plus Ape's chart. Man, yeah, what a reversal. So there are, man. So the SPY right now in the market has a point of interest today. And that's why we're seeing AMC and Ape go up. So this has actually been the first rally that we have had ever since Ape launched. Crazy stuff, dude. Okay, so here's AMC plus Ape's chart. I'm gonna go ahead and take away this moving average here. Look at it from here. This is AMC plus Ape. You can see that this has been the first major green candle on a fucking Friday. And we actually had a POI on Wednesday for AMC and Ape. But there is a range, and typically the range can go anywhere from a week to a couple of days. And now we're finally getting that push back up, and this is actually really good for the cycle, because the cycle is pointing to the downside. So as soon as you start to get that curl back up, and we just crossed resistance on AMC, so as long as this holds, we're going to start to see AMC reverse here, and this is exactly what we wanted here. We wanted to, pick back up and come back into this channel. And we're finally getting that, dude. Alright, so let's go back here on the... I like to look at that 15-second chart. Gives you a better perspective here on what the pattern is going to do. We're actually in a hovering projector right now. So these little hovering projectors, this is the projector we saw before the January run, and then it started to just kick off here and go. Man, hell yeah. Psyched here. Also, Ethereum Classic is curling back up. We are tracking a POI here today, actually, going into the weekend. And man, if Ethereum Classic starts climbing back up for the weekend, that's going to be very good news for AMC next week and all of the meme stocks that we are tracking. We've experienced POIs have extensions for weeks, really, but tracking a range is very important, and it's very important not to stick to just one day or just have a good time frame around that POI. For example, the end of July going into August, right here. See, end of July is right here. Early August is when the POI kicks in, and you can see that with the volume, right? August 9th. Now, most people are going to be like, well, end of July going into August, is that like, the first of August? What range are we tracking here? Really, with these macro POIs, you do have to give it about a week, and then it'll play out. right? With smaller POIs, it's the same thing. And typically, I do track a range, and it's going to be a couple of days apart. So here we had Wednesday tracking for a potential push back up, and now we're getting that inflow and volume here for AMC after being shorted down since that ape launch, dude. So, man, things are looking pretty good. And I'm psyched, dude. Fucking rally with the family, dude. You know what I mean? Turn up the mic. Is it low? Yo, yo, yo. If you're coming in here, make sure you smash the shit out of that like button. Let's get some peeps in here, alright? Let's rally it up with Amy. Pump her up. Come on, let's get funky, dude. Let's get funky in here. All right, let's do some pattern analysis. All right, and today we're gonna do something a little different. So we're gonna track AMC obviously and what's going on here in the market, and we're gonna look around the entire market and sort of see what's going on. And really how the market behaves on days like this when you get rallies on meme stocks, and how you sort of see these trade against each other. Like there's a bunch of meme stocks right now, guys, and also just stocks without option chains that are, you know, they're going from $10 to $1,000, right? And that's kind of what we saw prior to the run that we had back here. How ironic is it? Watch this. So what do we have here, guys? HKD was one of the ones. It started to rally. It dumped, and then what happened, right? AMC started to go back up. Now watch this. Oh no. It's comparing him, what the hell? Alright, hold up. Watch this shit, dude. Is that the right name? ATXG is what it is. Boom. Number 2 right here. Very similar scenario. They're pump and dumps. There's absolutely no option chain on these, so it's very easy to rally these guys and dump them. You can do this, guys. This is why options are so profitable, because you can have 1,000% gains on options if you kind of know what you're doing with volatility. And you kind of have to treat these guys the same way. It's like having a 1,000% gain on options in one day. Like, it's not hard to pump these stocks here and then just dump them, especially if they're just if they just IPO right away. A lot of these other Chinese stocks are doing that right now, and these guys are using this as leverage, dude. You can see it, man. Pump, dump, AMC rallies. Pump, dump, AMC's rallying right now. Look at that volume coming in, all right? Hedgies, we're figuring your shit out, bro. We're figuring your shit out. Oh my. Yeah, there's a lot going on here on the chart, but okay, so what I'm expecting here for the next couple of days is, so I think this is the start of this curve line that we have going on here that should start curling back up and set up for the major POI that we have in September. The market just had a massive reversal. I know right now it is coming back down, and that's fine. But as long as we sustain this level here, going into next week, I know we have a longer weekend. All right, we have Monday off, which will be nice, but at the same time, you know how it is, man, with long weekends in the stock market. It just be like that. All right, so the SPY just made a massive V reversal, and we really want it to stay here and keep going up. As soon as it does that, that's going to give us more confirmation on what AMC is going to do here, and then also tracking Ethereum Classic, which should pop. I'm tracking it to pop this weekend. We'll get a little bit more information, but typically what happens with any sort of stocks or any sort of cryptos is they'll start rallying on like Thursdays, and then they'll rally over the weekend. We've seen this happen with Ethereum Classic, Shiba Inu, Doge, all these guys, man, tend to rally on the weekends. So I'm expecting a push back up here for Ethereum Classic. And then we also have, and we're tracking these on the Discord right now. So I'm going to take these out for a second. There's a lot going on here. Let's go on Tilray. Tilray is one of the ones that we've been tracking here for a little while, and it still hasn't had that push. And really that, it has so much potential because it is part of this whole meme. It's in this meme sector. Entire meme sector basket, right? And we've had Tilray, BlackBerry have not gone up yet, and these guys are being suppressed. So I think there's a lot of room for Tilray to go up. And I think right now, with just all the news that is coming out on marijuana stock or cannabis stocks, right? These guys are spreading so much FUD right now, the media, and I think it's on purpose. I think the way the media is pushing this narrative out is to scare people from buying right now and selling, and then you're going to get some sort of event here in the near future that's going to kick things off. I am tracking a POI here, and it is a larger range for Tilray, but I do see it going up in the near future. So as long as the market sustains itself and keeps going up, we should see a nice push on Tilray as well. Okay, let's see what AMC is looking like here. AMC plus 8. Let's see what that is looking like. I do have an indicator. I have not posted it because I'm working on a couple of I want this indicator to come out and be perfect, and also I'm waiting to see what TradingView is going to end up doing with the chart. I've already messaged them. They've gotten back to me, and they've said that they're still working on what the chart is going to look like. And I know that there's some brokers that don't have the adjusted chart yet, and some brokers are saying that they're not going to change their chart because it's correct. So I kind of want to see what they're going to do before I publish this, because I've already published one indicator and it doesn't function correctly because TradingView went ahead and adjusted their chart. So this is a new indicator I made, and it does have the new scaling here that took place, which is a 1.627. That's the ratio from the ape launch that took place. So that's the ratio they're using, that conversion, to make the chart scalable, and that's what TradingView is using. That's what Webull is using on the daily chart, and I'm not sure what other brokers are. I know Thinkorswim has not changed theirs yet, and I don't believe they are. So I want a little bit more information before I do post that indicator. Okay. What is up, Stevie? Matt, sub has. What's up, man? Trader in the trees. Oh, look at that shit, dude. Ethereum Classic popping up, man. Up 3% right now. Volume is kicking in. We do have the POIs here for Ethereum Classic, and it's starting to kick on. Let's see how much. Yeah, dude, man. Volume is looking really good. This was basically that spring setup on the macro. Yeah, dude. This thing is ready to go. Okay, let's see what Amy's doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take AMZ's ARC real quick. Because, well, just in case things are stagnant throughout the day and then we get, you know, something like this, right? It's not what, that would not be ideal, but I'm still going to track it because AMC tends to do that. It tracks sometimes the entire sequence. On the macro, it just does it like on the minute chart. Intraday, really. It's just a good way to get your fibs, right? Your natural fibs. The one thing that you got to be careful with this is paying too much attention to the peak here, because it's that's where you get that clock over, and it's not quite giving you the exact fibs that you want here. So I focus a little bit more on the center part here. Basically, the way this works is you line these up correctly, you should get a good idea. Okay, we've had this pattern happen intraday before many times, and two ways this pattern plays out is, well, it's pretty stagnant throughout the middle of the day, and this kind of makes sense because there's not a lot of volume typically traded, well, around lunchtime going into what is the last 2 hours of the trading day. So on the last 2 hours, you can see that this is a red portion in the cycle, and that is where you get the macro direction. And this applies on the intraday chart as well. It does. You can definitely use this on an intraday chart. And if we did something like this, this is where AMC would decide. Right around here is where it would decide if it wants to go up or down. So we're gonna leave that there, and we're gonna come back to it. Here's the price. Hey. There we go. Oh yeah, let's talk about that one stock, and this is for, I had already alerted something on the Discord about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pull it up here. ATXG. So this stock has just now hit what is a bottom right there, and man, I wouldn't want to even focus on like this is a very risky stock, because you don't know if these guys are gonna fucking halt this shit for days or whatever. So it is a very risky stock, but man, the way this thing moves up and down very quickly. I mean, there's already been how many different, let's see, let's look at this price range here. From the top, 55% from a bottom here, 86% from a bottom here in a matter of like not even 10 minutes, dude. 50% here, 34% here, and now we're hitting a bottom, dude. Hitting a bottom. So I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if it's going to keep going down, but the range I was tracking was going to be around the, well, really the $12 range, but it technically, if it wants to make one more bottom, yeah, if it wants to make one more bottom, it could push down to the $10 range, possibly even single digits very quickly before springing back up. And who knows where it'll go from there, but what I can tell you, we can draw some lines. So here's one, and that would be a level of resistance. Any cross above that, and this thing has potential to keep pushing up. So oh yeah, dude. We'll see where this goes, but damn, this is a good, probably a pretty good, risky, very risky play here. Not financial advice, but damn, dude, holy. This thing starts bouncing here, and, you know, this might be the bounce. 13 already, holy. It's down 56% for the day. It might push a little bit more. Yeah, so there's actually another range here that you can track to find a bottom. Thing is, that would probably be too low. I'd say like right there. Yeah, dude, this thing could push to like $9, and then spring, and then maybe go up to first, probably first double 50%, then come back down, and then maybe touch the $20 level again one more time. And then from there, I don't know, man. From there, this thing is probably going to just bleed even more. It's gonna do this. It's just gonna bounce back and forth, creating this sort of, yeah, this wedge pattern. Wow. Yo, let me know if there's anything wrong with the quality or anything of the video, because it's telling me here that there's some shit going on. Let me know, because I might have to... Dude. It's happened to me already like 3 times. It's buffering? Yeah, that's what it's showing here. It's buffering hard. Yeah, YouTube. Shit's fucking with me, man. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna... Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna fix this. I needed to stop buffering. YouTube. Got a reboot, man. Yeah, for real. Hey, we're gonna chill it out, man. We're gonna chill it out. No. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Let's go. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw this little brush tool, and since we're fucking tracking this right now. And then this is where it needs to decide. This is where you get your intraday POI here using patterns. I want to test something out real quick. Oh shit. You know, I used to fuck around with this 3D chart here because it gave me a good perspective. But people were always like, yo, that's giving me a headache. I was like, it looks so cool though. What do you guys think? How you can see things from a different perspective. It's all about perspectives, man. Here, you know what? You can see it a little better if we have, let's see, yeah, moving average is going to be a little bit better. Maybe the 2 hour. Yeah, the 2 hour. This thing's like, go the fuck up, bro. Come on. It's not trippy enough? Well, how can we make it trippier? Maybe it's the background too. I need to fix it, dude. I need to fix it like I had it before. All right, let's take it out. We'll come back to it. Ah, that's our lovely projector right there. All right, let's take a look at some things here. Let's update some things on AMC. We're going to be looking at the cycle. We're going to be looking at quad witching. We're going to be looking at the volatility, the parallel, and the support zone. And then now there's actually a squeeze zone. I'll talk about it. So for this, we are actually going to be using AMC plus APE because I believe AMC plus APE is what actually displays AMC's true price. And it's going to be more accurate. It's going to be more accurate when working with these technicals and these, you know, the cycle and pattern analysis. It's going to be a lot more accurate if we are using AMC plus APE. So we're going to take away the other chart. Here we go. You can see now that this displays AMC's true price action. As the high here is 70. Well, it was 77, but this is the moving average. So it's going to be 72. All right, so let's pull up. Let's start with the support zone, which is down here, and I'm going to use the 6-hour chart. So the support zone, everything here is taken from February of 2020. So with the COVID correction that we had here in the entire market, I think that's where everything started to set up to rip here. So this is where we basically got that whole inflation problem started from here, and then everything started to just like pop, and all these hedge funds that were over leveraged started to cover on their positions and then take the opportunity to dump everything, right? I think everything stemmed from here. Okay, so that is where we start this line here, and this runs on a 4-month cycle. So all these events that you see happening here have to do with the 62-day cycle, and they line up with the 62-day cycle. So this is a support trend line that is being respected. Okay, and we also have the parallel zone. Okay, parallel zone. Same thing. And AMC likes to gravitate back into this zone every year. So every year, and we can pull the little date range here. So a year apart, it's going to be 364. There we go. Just so you guys know, I'm not BSing you. Okay, where does this stem from? COVID. 365 days. 365 days later, we are back in that zone. And then, really the way I described this was, because this is the most important thing here, is looking at the parallel zone really by itself. But you do have to kind of look at what's going around, what's happening around it. If we were to look at this chart like on a log scale, and this is where you kind of you can use log scale when you're doing cycle analysis. The problem is, if I were to turn log scale on right now, it would not measure these values correctly, and I'll show you what I mean. I don't want it to mess my chart up, so I'm actually going to go and look at AMC over here. Six-hour chart, AMC. Log scale. And the problem with this is that when you use log, you don't get natural levels of resistance or support. Like I would not be able to take a parallel channel and apply this to the current chart, which is up here. Right? It's not going to give me those same values. Now, I'm not saying you can't use this to have other values. You can definitely use it to measure other values, but you can't, you won't get natural fibs or natural ratios here when using this. So it's a little bit more complicated when doing this. So this is the only reason why I don't use that on the current scale. AMC is going up. Hell yeah. Get back to that. So the fact that we come in here every year is very telling of how these hedge funds are manipulating the price using options, because options have expiration dates. The fact that they have expiration dates means that, and this is sort of the, not what I call a theory here because of how accurate things have been here on the cycle, but this is something I believe the hedge funds are doing to hedge for AMC's price, right? To hedge for AMC's, their over leveraged positions through the option chain. And you can see here this is done through leaps, because they rally the price. Here they hedge for the $40 level, and then exactly a year later they're hedging for the positions that they had back here. So they come rally the stock, bring it all the way back down into this channel. 365 days later, into the channel. 365 days later, man. Okay, into the channel. And then you stay there for the same amount of time, which is what? 120 days. And this is exactly where we got AMC going up here. 120 days. It was the 120-day theory. And this one was a theory, but it ended up playing out and validating the cycle even more. So this is exactly, guys, how we have predicted the volatility zones that are happening here on AMC. And it's been March, it's been August, And the next one is October. Okay, early October. After that, we would not be looking at a cycle for a little while. Unfortunately, if things do not play out here for AMC to the upside, there will be 2 more cycles that we're going to have to wait for the next major push up. And this is using technical analysis too. Remember, we always have what is this time bomb that we talk about. And we just crossed resistance, which is a major level. This is a major level of resistance that we just crossed, and we're trying to basically bounce back. I talk about how sometimes when you cross major levels of resistance, you bounce back on that resistance trend line to establish support and then keep going. I'm going to show you where this happened before. It happened with Mara. Oh, I'm still on log. Okay, so let's show you a couple of examples here. And Mara, man, dude, I've never seen like a prettier chart. And Mara's chart is so pretty, dude. All right, so we zoom in here. Let's see where I can give you a good example here of where this happened, because you can really draw like it's like endless lines here. There's one here. This one's very drastic. There's also one here. Right, from here to here. This is a good example. But if you start your levels of resistance and you follow them through on the first really, well, this is what it should be, but you can draw multiple lines. But right here, you can see how it crosses resistance and then it bounces back. So cross, bounce back on support, and then keep going back up. Now, it takes a little bit of time, but you still get that bounce, and that's exactly what AMC is doing right now. It's coming back to test previous level of resistance that was broken. Okay, and now it's starting to bounce back. So what we wanted to do here is we wanted to cross and go back into the parallel channel and create something like this. It's basically a spring effect is what's going on. You have the spring effect, and in the next couple of days we're going to find out if it's likely that we're going to have a similar scenario play out, just like we had back here, because we're going to be looking at Ethereum Classic, we're going to be looking at the market, all these, no-name stocks that have no option chain that are going from $10 to 1,000 in 2 days. Okay, we have a very similar situation happening right now, just like we did prior to this run, right? HKD ran up here end of July, and then it dumped, and then AMC started to rally, okay, as well as Bed Bath & Beyond, and all these other stocks started to rally after that. And it wasn't just HKD, it was a bunch of no-name stocks that were going from $10 to 500 and beyond, man. So right now we have ATXG is one of the ones that went from $10 to 1,000, and right now it's trading at $11.98, and it keeps going down, and might go into that $9 range before having another leg up. We'll see what happens here. It's down 60% for the day. Okay. Yeah, dude. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Wow. All right, let's see and compare what AMC looks like in contrast to AMC plus Ape. They actually look very similar. Because AMC plus Ape is down here, and then AMC is right up here. So it looks like the chart is actually following AMC a little bit better than AMC plus Ape. They actually, well, wow, they look very similar. So Ape, AMC, and then AMC plus Ape is down here. Is this still glitching, guys? Is it glitching like this? So far, I'm loving the pattern, though. Here, I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. And yes, we are going to use AMC plus Ape. No, what happened to it, bro? Here we go. Well, you know what? You know what this looks like, dude? It looks like AMC. It also looks like this. Yeah, dude, it looks like this. I'm not going to use that because POI here. Holy shit. We are probably playing the daily chart right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Yo. Well, gee, man. This one is like, okay, and I'm really talking this part here, but this one is almost perfect. You can even see right here, the cool thing about this pattern, I'm showing you these levels, guys, really. Look, this middle zone here, you can see that with volume. Increasing. We could see something like that. And then hope for a inverse POI here, because this is indicating downside, but as long as we get an inverse POI, we should be good. Yeah, ATXG just got halted. It just went, dude, one candle, man. Minute candle. This thing went from 1180 to 1361. That is 14% in one candle. That's why it's getting halted. We'll see where it goes from here, but so the range I was tracking was 12. And right now it's bouncing off. That's already 15% off of that 12. And now, let's see if this thing wants to keep pushing back up, or if it retests that level again, and then, well, it wouldn't retest it again. It would just cross right through and go to the $9 level. I mean, but yeah, this is like almost perfect, guys. Really starting right here. Even does this curve before breaking back down, and then a push back up, and look, now it's curling back up. You could see that. Curling back up, dude. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you're a day trader, not FA, not financial advice, but patterns are a blessing, dude, man. Patterns are a blessing and a curse at the same time. If you kind of know what you're doing, you can track them and then understand where they start gravitating away and tracking something else. But until then, imagine being able to track something so perfectly. And I mean, dude, and then there's people out there that are like, yo, patterns don't work. I'm like, bro, you're lying to yourself. Thanks, Rhode Island. Where is she going to today? So what we're tracking really is we're tracking the cycle to start playing out an inverse pattern. And what that would look like is, and if you guys don't know how the cycle works, I would recommend watching probably the first 10 videos that I posted on this channel. They're all songs, and I did that on purpose so that so that you have something to groove to, man, and groove it out with some nice music and stocks and AMC. So the cool thing about the cycle is, and you can actually use a cycle curve. I use the cycle curve a lot more just to get a better picture of what we're going to be looking at on a larger time frame, because focusing too much on what's happening intraday won't be a win here, really, because I mean, what you want is you want to look at the bigger picture. You don't want to look at what's going on intraday as much. Now, there are sections here that play out very similarly to the cycle. I'm going to show you some of the cycles that have been extremely accurate. And so the one that I talk about here a lot is the blue pattern. The blue pattern is found right here. And there's a song. It's called the Cycle Song. You can listen to it. Go check it out on the channel. It talks about the blue pattern. And it also talks about how this is a reflection right here of the entire run. Now, what people need to understand about the blue pattern, so let's make it blue because it's blue, is it plays out every 2 months. Every 2 months, you're going to see this pattern on the cycle. And what this is just the algorithm working over time to stagnate the price, make it trade according to the algorithm. And you can see there's typically going to be volume and volatility right in the middle. So right here in this range is where you're going to find some kind of volatility event. Now, the pattern is not going to be perfect, and it's not going to look identical, but it's also not going to look it's not going to look anything out of the ordinary or anything like that. So this is one here. You can see that it follows through very nicely. This is another one right here playing out inverse every 62 days again. And if we just hover these guys over, guys, you can see how accurate this is. It's extremely accurate. And then you have your inverse patterns playing out in between, which is the volatility zone right here. Okay? There are a lot more. There's right here. And this one's playing out inverse, so you just flip it. And I pay attention to this portion right here the most. It's the one that typically leads leads the way here in telling us if we're going to be going up or down. And I've been able to track a lot of POIs using that, but also using the red portion here, which is the tail end of the cycle, is also very accurate. And you can see right here how the algorithm likes to just repeat the entire sequence. And there are sections here that are shifted. What I tell people a lot is to focus on the fact that this and the entire cycle really is going to be shifting around back and forth to adjust with option expiration dates, because they do change in that, you know, there's the leap, the rollover dates, holidays, stuff like that is constantly going to be changing the cycle. So you're moving like this back and forth, and some POIs that we track here, like this one here, is playing out a day early. See? Massive volume kicking in when it should have kicked in the next day. And that's the whole thing with the cycle is you have to treat it like that. You can't put too much focus on one day. You kind of have to extend that and give it a little range. Here's another one. Watch. POI playing out a day early. Right there, man. And then you have your inverse cycles, right? The ones that start playing out inverse and give you a change in direction, which is what you want, looking at the green and the red portion of the cycle. This one has been very accurate. You see it starts playing back up, and here you have your crown pattern. And then right now we started to play out the cycle inverse, which was good. You can see that things are starting to curl back up. So for a second here, and I was a little worried the other day because I was like, yo, we're playing out the cycle identical right now. We haven't quite curled back up yet, but now we're playing it out inverse. There it is. Why I love the cycle, because it's so accurate. Boom. This is calling for upside here till the end of the day, going into Monday, and this is where you get the entire cycle curling back up. See? It's changing, bro. It is fucking changing. And as soon as we get this, look at this. It sets up for the macro POI right here to play out right after quad witching. And if we take a look at the quad witching curve line, this is where things start adding up and start making sense. We're going to leave that there. Quad witching. Boom. Right there. That's where the trajectory is pointing towards, which is finally curling back up. Quad witching is it's a very important, just like triple witching, very important option expiration dates for a bunch of options that are in the money, out of the money, and how these guys are going to hedge for that. So looking at technicals here, you can see that this line here, these are all quad witching dates where the price has closed, and then you just draw an S curve to see how things are changing here. Okay, so it's finally curving back up. If you line these up every date, right? And you can see that here with this pattern, we would have something like this. Close right here, set up, and then potentially keep moving up to what is what? The next POI, right? The next POI, which starts right here early September, or I'm sorry, early October, end of September, setting up one more time. And we can actually pull up the squeeze candidates here now. So here's GME. I'm gonna do this real quick. So, no, it was not this. I'm sorry, it's right over here. Here we go. So I had talked about how we are tracking very similarly right now to what GameStop did, which is this broadening wedge. Right, we're just doing it our own way. And that's exactly what we would get, guys. Again, I'll pull up this brush here, but you see how things are curling back up. If I pull back up the cycle, see? Didn't even have to draw it, man. It's like, it fits in perfectly. Starts curving back up. We get our POI right here. And then we break the fucking algorithm and we go up, man. So this is best case scenario right here. As long as we maintain this bullish pressure right now and the market starts pushing back up, we should be setting up for a nice rip. So I hope I made a little sense there, man. Again, if you don't know how the cycle works, I recommend you go watch the first 10 videos on this channel and subscribe, dude, because like yeah, man, we do cycle analysis here. Take a little different approach in the market, you know. WV, what date is quad witching? It's September 16th. September 16th. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I love fake outs, man, because it really gives you that opportunity. It's the way I look at it. It's an opportunity to, you know, that's the projector. The projector is an opportunity to go back in the stock. Okay, we've seen multiple cases here of a second opportunity. Here's a projector pattern. Here's another projector. I'm gonna extend these a little bit. We had the November projector, which was a series of projectors. It was about 2 or 3. And then we also had failed projectors. So these are all projectors that played out. This is a failed projector. How do I know? Because the cycle tells us that. The cycle tells us that if you have an inverse, you get your projector prior, obviously, setting up. I thought we were going to go up here, and a lot of people did. I mean, you had a picture perfect, book perfect pennant. Typically, these are bullish, right? But these guys are always going to push out a fake narrative and tell you that it is, and then you kind of learn the hard way there, because, you know, that's the beauty of AMC, is that no matter what, I mean, you're learning as you go. You learn a lot of stuff that you never really thought about. And it's really opened up a lot of opportunities in the future, really, of how the market mechanics are working here, and how these hedge funds are doing this shit, man. So failed projector right there. Here's another failed projector. This one was a bigger one, and I talked about how this projector here would have looked, right? Because this projector was a lot bigger, and I said, guys, if we're going to be looking at projectors, you do have to look at where the price is going to head next. Naturally, if the price is going to reach a higher high, so an all-time high, the projector is going to be bigger. It's not going to be the same size. So we take a look at all these projectors and their original size. It grows little by little. And then this would have been that bigger projector. You see that? This is where we would get, or where we would have gotten, a massive push back up. You could even draw a line, and these things would line up nicely to reach for higher levels. So that was going to be that projector here. But now what we have is we have a series of projectors. So we have a GameStop setup, which is a broadening wedge. And there's a series of projectors. And it's a very strategic way to shake off retail before pushing the price up. Very strategic way. It's exactly what GameStop did. So why I'm bullish, man? Why I'm bullish on the stock? Because of that. Exactly because of that. And we're going up right now as we speak. Oh, dude, I love Casey, man. Yeah, Casey was, we were all in a Discord before I started doing YouTube, like streaming and stuff. We were all on a Discord together. It was like me, Casey, Colin, Rico, Booksy, Astro. I mean, we were all on this Discord together, talking it out, man. Good guys out there. All right, let's take these away. Oh, yeah. All right, man. This stuff, bro. This stuff is cool. Hope I'm not lagging again. Also, guys, real quick, if you do want to join the Discord, it is September already. September is when the billing starts. As soon as the first hits is when the method I use is Patreon. Patreon is a good way to have a system set here. I will be transitioning over to something new soon, and I am going to be, just because this is something I want to do in the future, but I'll show you guys a little bit about how this works. This is the website right now. This is kind of how I update stuff and use stuff here. You get your little stocks for the week. This was for this week. And these POIs are, obviously, it's a range. These are kind of a tracker range of telling you where it's likely that this POI takes place. But we always look at days plus, or just for that. It's part of the thing. You click on this guy, right? We have Ethereum Classic here for the weekend. You press play, and it shows you your little, your little POI, right? So right now we are tracking Ethereum Classic very nicely. I am expecting a push up here for the end of the week. And this is crypto, obviously, but you have all of these other stocks that we track every week. We have AMC. This week we had a couple of earning plays. Mullen was earlier in the week. We saw that POI play out on Tuesday, and then it pumped and then it dumped, right? And then we also have one for Tilray. This one is extended a little bit, as well as some other ones here that were extended a couple of days. So this is kind of how I do my setup here. You get this. You also get Discord. Discord is part of it. And Discord I use for alerts, updates, option plays that I have that are not financial advice, and stuff like that. So on that hand, I am going to be going back there right now to update some things and set up for that. But if you want more info on that, just click the link below and it'll take you straight there, man. Alrighty, guys. I will see you guys in a little bit. Also, if you want to follow on Twitter, man, I do send out some updates on there, okay? So I will see you guys soon, man. You guys take care. AMC is looking awesome. Stay tuned for an updated video here in the short term. I covered a lot on this video, so those of you that are coming in late, make sure you rewind it. I'll keep it up. And I'll see you guys soon, man. Bye-bye.
Trade.